I think what a lot of people don't think about is rewatching this back, right? Where you are so much more in love afterwards, or we are at least, because you get to spend more time together and you get to learn all those things. And it's weird that we can be engaged. And like when we got engaged, I had no idea what his favorite color was. I had no idea what his favorite food was, and I had to ask for his phone number. Like, that's not normal, you know? It's really weird. But there are these times where I'm like, oh my God, did I not do my job? Because I don't know his favorite color. I don't know his sweater size. There may have been a moment where I did not remember his birthday, but okay. Regardless, we figured it out July 8th. I got you.
Michelle and Young, will you marry me?
Yes, of course.
It's official. Season 18 of The Bachelorette is in the books, and 28-year-old Michelle Young is engaged to Nayte Olukoya, a 27-year-old sales executive from Austin, Texas.
I've never met somebody like him. Let's just say that. I've never met anybody even like remotely close to him, because he has so many layers. And even now, like on a daily basis, I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, how did I get lucky? He tells me how he feels about me like every day, multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And but it's just like, it's a relationship where it's so, like, we have fun together. We talk about controversial issues together. We vent to each other. We check each other and make sure that we're positive.
Yeah.
We dance, sing, goof around, all of it.
We just we really just like flow. Like, if I could sum up like how our relationship is, it just flows so like seamlessly, from like being big kids to having like strong, deep, meaningful conversations, to having like every normal day-to-day, like, what do you want to eat today, to going back to just vibing, but talking about music, talking about our artists that we like, then back to us talking about just how much we love each other. Like, everything just flows seamlessly, like from one vibe to the next. I think that's the best way to explain it. I think like, it's just, everything just flows. It's just so natural, I guess. Being with Michelle, it's amazing. Oh wow.
Hello.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I think from the very start, Nate and I had just like this undeniable connection, and I think we were both kind of feeling each other out.
Nate. I like Nate.
You know, you can be attracted, like you can be physically attracted to somebody, right? But like at the same time, I'm a big person where I have to be attracted to your mind in order for it to work. And the fact that we connect on all these different levels, and you know, with Brandon, it was a very strong connection, and it was a different kind of connection, but I felt like my heart just couldn't let Nate go. And that was something that was there for a long time. But again, I wanted to make sure that I was vulnerable and invested 100% into all the other relationships, because in this situation, like, people can catch up, you know? And I think that's the biggest thing when talking to former bachelors and bachelorettes, is the fact that, you know, if you just close down with whatever week, then you don't know what's gonna happen. So you have to invest, you have to put in 100%. But the hard part for me is, one, I did care about Brandon, and I still do care about him as well. And it's like, you're in this weird situation where you can have feelings of love for somebody, but with this relationship, it was, you know, stronger.
Every single time I'm with you, I wanted to just run away.
So you want to run away?
Let's get it. The mentality that I had for the entire journey was that it is an unnatural environment, but the best way to make it as natural as possible is just to focus on Michelle. So that was genuinely the mentality that I had pretty much the entire time, because I looked at it as it would be a waste of energy. Like, what good would it do for me to sit there and think about, like, what's Brandon and Michelle talking about right now? What are they doing right now? What's their connection right now? Because regardless of what it is, it's not going to affect me and her relationship.
I've always been the one giving more, but like, my soulmate and my person has to reciprocate that, and has to make sure that I'm seen.
I think a lot of my fear came from just in past relationships where I was all in and the other person was necessarily not all in. And so there were definitely so many moments where I caught myself and I knew how I was feeling, but I obviously thought, okay, am I going to still be a little more in than the other person? And I think that's something that I just battled with, because I did have these moments, you know, especially towards the end, where it's like, I want an engagement from him, or I'm ready for it now. But like once I really knew it was him, I was still terrified that I would want to be engaged, and he, you know, even if he wanted a relationship, that doesn't mean like, oh, yep, relationship's over. But does it show that my feelings might be stronger? Potentially it could, and like, you know, so it's like, it's this tricky thing to kind of work around. And Nate really did, he opened up, and he opened up significantly more than you have in the past.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I was like, what are the chances that you are actually going to make it to the end? And here I am at the end, madly in love with you, wanting to spend the rest of my life with you, and it is terrifying.
But it was also still, you know, very late in the game, which is very natural for me too. But an engagement is a big thing, and it's something that I want to do once. And
Exactly.
And I wanted to, I wanted to make sure that he wanted that as well.
This really could be it for me. Like, I could start the rest of my life with you and be the happiest guy in the world. I knew that at the end of the day, best case scenario is you find your person and you get engaged. But I also knew that chances are that's not going to happen. So then when it actually was happening, it's like, okay, like in a week or 2 weeks from now, like I could be getting down on one knee. It was kind of like, holy crap, like the best case scenario is like, could be happening. That's terrifying. You know, like it's terrifying. It is the best case scenario, so it's kind of like contradicting, but sometimes the best case scenario can be absolutely terrifying. And you know, I did have those realistic thoughts with myself of like, hey, you know what, this has been like a 2-month process. This is kind of crazy to end with an engagement. And then you just kind of want to be all in it. Like, you know, like at the end of the day, like this is terrifying. And I had that conversation with Michelle because I'm not a robot. Like I'm always going to speak how I feel inside. I'm scared as hell. I don't think I've expressed that to you once this entire time. I want you to know that I'm scared. I want you to know that this is scary for me. But at the end of the day, I was like, the way I feel inside, I've never felt before. I've never been so aligned inside with how I feel about somebody. And for the first time in my life, when I close my eyes and I think about my future, I'm actually seeing somebody next to me. That hasn't happened for me before. And I was like, I do not want to lose this girl. And I do not want, like, date, it's cool to date, I get it, but love is so serious to me. So when I felt the feelings of love, when I felt the feelings of falling in love, being in love, that's something that I genuinely wanted to hold on to and genuinely felt like this is my person. That's the reason why, even though I'm scared, I'm very comfortable and confident to get down on one knee. I love you. I don't ever want to let go. I am absolutely crazy for you.
There's so many things that we just connect on, especially like, that we connect on and we're like exactly like so eerie to a point where we're similar.
A lot of weird things that were very similar.
But things that were like, really different on, what would you say?
Different on? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna focus on the positives. One day, so we were together and Michelle, did you forget your toothbrush? I don't know what happened.
You do not need to tell the whole world.
I don't know why. It was like one of the best moments of my life for some reason. Cause I just like, it's like that's wifey right there. Because did you just grab the toothbrush out of my?
I forgot my
grabbed
toothbrush.
it out of my hand and started brushing her teeth. And I was like, I cannot wait to marry this woman. Like, we are out here sharing toothbrushes. This is everything I've ever wanted. And this is something I've always, I don't know why. I don't know why. It was like this is my forever. Like, we are now sharing toothbrushes, not all the time, but that one moment.
No.
You know, we have separate toothbrushes, obviously, but when she just grabbed it and started brushing her teeth, I was like, I'm marrying the heck out of you. Like,
Moving on to hometowns. This is so important to me. Like, family is my everything.
Season 18 of The Bachelorette marked the first time in franchise history that the final 4 were all people of color.
cheers.
A milestone Michelle is happy to celebrate, but with the understanding there's still a long way to go.
For me, you do want to celebrate this. I want to celebrate the diverse love stories, but I also don't want to put a stamp on it and be like, yep, we did it, you know, because we didn't. We didn't. There's still a lot of things that need to change with a lot of different things. And that's not necessarily talking just specifically about the show, but it definitely, you know, is a moment to celebrate, but it's also, you don't want that celebration to slow down the sense of urgency, if that makes sense.
This is my fiancé. This is my fiancé.
I was fortunate enough to grow up in a family and just be around other families where they're very successful, healthy marriages. And it's, you know, something that you're then like, I want that and I'm not gonna give up until I have that. And then this happens and I'm like, wait, I didn't know that I could love to this level. And I'm like, we just got started.
Yeah,
like,
no,
good Lord, I'm in trouble because if I'm here right now, you know.
Yeah, I love you so much.
I had no idea like a year ago that there would be a ring on my finger right now. That's kind of crazy to think about. But it's definitely something that I catch myself looking at and smirking. Or catch him looking at and smirking, you know?
Yeah, we've definitely been talking, and we both are leaning towards a warmer wedding. Summer type wedding. Mm-hmm.
Timeline.
Timeline? I'll let you answer that one. I'll let you answer that one.
What? I will say this. Summer is. I will say this. Nate, you were definitely the person who was like, so when do you actually want to start looking at dates? Like, he was the one who brought it up. And that's when I was like, okay. I mean, I'm
excited. I'm all in.
Me too.
You know, we don't need to get engaged and be engaged for 6 years. That's ridiculous. No shade to anybody. Yeah, no shade to anybody who wants a long engagement. I feel like that's just not us. We're like, okay, cool, you're my person. I'm your person. Let's just start our lives together. All right. Yeah, that's what
so it's definitely something that we're leaning, not even leaning, but just like in the next year and a half, and those. The planning is kind of starting to pick up some speed right now, so. Oh my God, yes. No, we want 10 kids.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. But I feel like I want to be selfish for a little bit.
Yeah.
Be like, I kind of want them all to myself for like a little bit, just a little bit.
You gotta be selfish for a little bit, you know? Then the kids can come. Yeah, but you know, traveling around, doing things, just Michelle and Nate, right? But yeah, no, we both want kids, for sure. It really is like amazing. Like every day, it's, you know, we'll just catch each other just in this like flow of emotion of just like, holy crap, like we're each other's, like this is our life, like this is actually like forever. Like we actually have a connection that is forever. You know, it's I think that's what everybody wants, everybody hopes for, everybody looks for, and it's kind of just like, wow, it happened. Like this is happening right now.
Yeah, I think it kind of just shows that when you put in the hard work, because Nate put in the hard work to open up and to challenge himself. I put in the hard work to be vulnerable, to be uncomfortable even with how past relationships have ended, and then we both work through things with each other as well as our families. And I think when you do that, something really beautiful can come out of it. And I think that's kind of what we're experiencing now.
Yeah.
Do you accept this rose?
Every day. Yes. Always.
Thank goodness.
Always.